What is up, people of YouTube land? It's your boy Tuglo. We here with the third part of the beginner's guide, and very briefly I wanted to talk to y'all about elemental affixes or affixes. Affixes? I don't know. One is affixes, two is affixes. Let me know in the comment section down below which one is the correct one. So, very briefly, I know when I first started out this game, I was lucky enough to just have somebody say, match colors. So if my Yu-Gi-Oh was blue, match him with blue. And I did that. I wasn't really too sure why I did that, but I just decided to take that person's advice and just do it. So today, I want to explain why it's important that you match the colors or match the elements with your characters. So the first reason why you want to do that is because with your armor or your weapon, you can get a 20% bonus damage to your character. So for instance, this weapon is 1375 attack. I'm going to do the math on my phone because, yeah. So this weapon is 1375 attack. I currently have 5127. 1375. That means when I unequip this weapon, I should have 3752 attack right here. But for some reason, I don't. So that's where this 20% is going to come in. The way that that is added up is you basically take your weapon and you say 1375 times 1.2, so that's your 20%. That equals 1650. So now we'll say 1650 plus 3477 equals 5127. So that's just a little bit of math, a little bit of proof that you do get your plus 20% per item that has attack. So because I have this doesn't have any attack on it, so it's not going to change my attack, so it's not really going to give me a bonus of any sort, at least none that I'm aware of. We can do the quick maths very quickly. So let's see, 17,020 minus 2596 leaves me with 14,400. So you get the 20% on this as well, it seems. Let's see, 2596 times 1.2 is 3115.2 plus 13905 should be 17020, and it is. So as long as you're matching your equipment with the correct color or the correct element, you will be getting 20% bonuses to your stats. So this one just so happened to have defense. I got an extra 20% defense added to my defense attribute. Now the thing is this is not shown on the actual equipment. This is something that you either have to do the math for, like I was just doing it on my phone and I was reading off the numbers to y'all, or you just have to say, I matched the colors, fuck it. That's what I did in the beginning, and now I'm like, okay, well, I can roll through and I can see these, I can see the 20% added in the math itself. So that's something that's very, very helpful. Another thing is that this applies to every character. If you match fire with fire, that's great. Wind with wind, that's great. So you can basically get the maximum, I guess, output of your character as long as you're matching gear. The next thing I want to bring up is that there is no penalty for mixing and matching. So let's say I didn't have any water gear and the best gear that I could do was neutral. I don't get a penalty for not having neutral, and I also, this is a bad example just because I don't have earth gear for males, but even if I were to use the gear that I am weak against as a water character, I don't get any penalties for that as well. So you just heard me bring up weaknesses. So I'll have this typed out somewhere over that way, over down that way, or maybe below me, either which way. This is how it's gonna go. Earth beats water, water beats fire, fire beats wind, wind beats earth. Holy and dark both are strong against each other, but they're also weak to each other. So holy has strength versus dark, but it's also weak against dark. So you have to be careful when you're playing that, because if you go in there and you're a holy character and you're going up against a dark enemy, you can smack the hell out of them. But if you aren't careful, or if you're not as careful as normal, or let's just say you misplay something, that dark enemy is going to smack the hell back out of you. So be careful when you're playing that. The last element is neutral. They have no elemental bonuses, and they don't have any elemental weaknesses. So you can use an elemental character against any of the ones that I just previously mentioned, and they will always do 100% attack. They won't do 120%, or they won't do 0.8, or I should say 80% of their attack. They will always just do 100%. Another thing that I want to mention very briefly is, please pay attention before you mix and match your gear and your equipment. If you see that this OS battle coat has this little thing right here, it says OS character in parentheses, that means you will not get that HP and MP plus 3% to non-OS characters. So for instance, if I were to put this gear onto Yu-Gi-Oh, he would not get the plus 3 HP and MP percentage. However, any OS character would. OS Yuna, Silica, Sinon, Lisbeth, Kirito, and Asuna. I think that's all of them. If that was 6. So you want to pay attention very closely to what your gear says. So let's take a look at this. For instance, it says attack and critical plus 3% to water element. That means Yu-Gi-Oh is getting that 3%, and you can see all of this on your battle skills up in this top right hand corner, and at the very bottom you see the attack and critical from the water element, and I'm getting this from the blue rose ring. Now, how did I pull this up? All I did was go to Lisbeth's shop, hit edit equipment at the bottom, and then I just went to Yu-Gi-Oh, and bam. And then I click the status at the top. Now the next thing that I want to bring up very quickly is, where do I get this armor? Yeah, it's cool that I have it, but how is that going to help me as a new player? So depending on when you start, you may or may not have the chance or opportunity to get this armor. So for instance, in this quest right here, EX has R3 only. However, on Master Tier, you have a higher increased drop rate than the EX. Now, if you can only solo Expert, the not so good thing about it is you don't get a chance for R3, and all that drops are R2. So you'd have to spend more coal and more crystals to level up your R2 to R3 to R4. So if at all possible, always clear or always farm the highest level difficulty quest if possible. Of course, multiplayer is there to help you, but if you're going into a master tier quest and you're like lower than level 70, I highly doubt anybody takes you. I mean, hell, even 75, that's still pushing it, just depending on your characters. So just be prepared. If you do go for a tier 100 quest, people will probably kick you if you're not max level. The next thing I want to say is, please always farm the quest. You may say, oh, I don't have a water unit. Well, guess what? down the road you might get a water unit, and then you'll be like, damn, I wish I had some water armor to put on this water unit. So no matter what quests are out, it doesn't matter if we just previously had the maid banner, so they were giving out wind armor. Farm that shit up. Whether you got maid units or not, there could be another wind banner down the road, and you could be like, oh hey, I didn't get the maid units. Well, guess what? Now I got these new wind units. I'll use my old armor and put it on them. So it's just, you gotta save it for the future just in case. Another thing is this. The best 4-star sword that you can farm for free, meaning you don't spend diamonds on it, you don't have to pull it through the gacha or through medal ranking, scouts or whatever it may be. The best 4-star sword is Yuna's Sword of Diva. It can be farmed from this quest right here, Storm Griffin. We'll say it's the Storm Griffin quest. So you can farm that from the Storm Griffin quest. And this quest, I don't know if this farms gear. It doesn't. So another tip, very quickly, is in order to see what is farmable from each quest, you just go over, let's say I want to check what's on the master tier for Alicization. I'll tap and hold it, and then it'll bring up this little menu right here. It shows you who you're going to fight. It shows you the time, the quest rewards. You know, so 90 seconds or less, I'm getting an S rank. You know, these are the list of possible drops. And that also can help you say, okay, I need to farm earth gear. Where can I get it? I'll look over here. Scroll down to the bottom. Alright, cool. I know personally Knight's Amulet is an earth accessory, so I'll farm this one up so I can have an earth accessory. I'll get an earth chest piece some other time. So just always farm up all the gear that you can. Make sure that you match the colors or the elements with each character, and make sure that it's the right one for the character. So if it says, remember, that OS character only, don't, if possible, don't use that for a different neutral character, because you won't get the complete bonuses for it. And last but not least, I just want to quickly rehash that water beats fire, fire beats wind, wind beats earth, earth beats water. Holy and dark are weak and strong against each other, and neutral is that solid foundation across the board. It can do, you know, it can take out any other element that it needs to, but it's not going to have an advantage or disadvantage. That's why neutral characters and OS characters make the best foundational characters for any account, starting off. I think that is going to wrap up this part 3 of this beginner's guide. I just wanted to briefly mention the elemental affixes. That doesn't sound right. I just wanted to mention the elemental affixes and just say, hey, make sure you're giving yourself the best setup so that you can go in and do the most damages, so you can get the most health and defense from each character, and you're just maximizing each character to its fullest potential. Whether you're free to play, pay to play, or something in between, just try to do this to the best of your ability. If there's anything else, of course, that you think I should mention for any of the later upcoming videos, please feel free to let me know down in the comment section below. I love hearing the feedback. I love being able to help new players, old players, and anywhere in between, man. I'm just here to help, here to just give information to people who are looking for it, or who might not even know, or just need that reminder. So let me know in the comment section down below what you think I should be doing for the next YouTube video. I still have a lot of topics, so don't worry. I will get to all of them. All your feedback is very precious to me, and I really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and follow me on twitch.tv/Tuglo. I stream there every day around midnight Central Time, and it's probably about 3.5 hour streams. It's Sword Art Online Memory Defrag 6 days a week, and I'd really love to see you there. Come say hi to everybody else who's chilling with me there. It's a great environment, great people, great community. Until the next video, y'all have a fantastic day. I appreciate y'all. Love all of y'all. Thank you so much for the support. Until the next time, peace out.